Good evening all and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Saturday night, which means it's craft beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is this one. It is Brew York's Nougat, a Friend in Me. And it is a 6.6% chocolate and nougat pastry stout. Brewed in collaboration with Gwei-lo from Hong Kong, and it says on the back of the can that Nougat, a Friend in Me is our second collaboration with our friends Gwei-lo beer from Hong Kong, and it's our take on a certain angular chocolate bar. And excuse the fireworks outside, but we've got chocolate, nougat, almonds and vanilla combined in a big-bodied and big-flavoured sticky sweet stout. Your malts are listed as pale, malted oat, flaked oat, Munich, brown, Carafa 3 and chocolate malts. And you've got your little spider web of joy, which is rated at 1 to 5. It's 5 out of 5 for malt and sweet, 4 out of 5 for mouthfeel, 1 out of 5 for bitterness and hops, and 2 out of 5 for your fruitiness. That's your little spider web of joy. It's quite cool. I like it. It works. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. It's one that my wife bought me actually, because she just wanted to. So let's get it out and into a glass and see what we think. It is active. Let's put it that way. Let's get the old bar towel ready, and we're going to pour into my Titanic goblet, and the pour is dark, as you'd expect. It's quite well carbonated. You can hear it. It's fizzy, 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 fizzy. Let's call it there. So we have, let's be honest, a jet black beer with knocking off 2 fingers of tan coloured head. It's pretty tight and compact, and yeah, it's beer in a glass. You know, it doesn't look very much different to the surroundings behind me. You know, only up there can you see it's truly jet black. Anyway, yeah, it looks good. It looks like a good stout should. Does it smell like a good stout should? Let's find out. That is really chocolatey. It is. Chocolate and vanilla are dominant on the nose. There's a little bit of nuttiness coming through, but mostly chocolate and vanilla. I do. Now, I've served this chilled ever so slightly. Not a lot. It's been in the fridge about 10-15 minutes, just to bring it down from room temperature just a touch. So just bear that in mind. So let's go in for a taste. Cheers. Not wrong. It does taste somewhat like the angular chocolate bar, otherwise known as a Toblerone. Yeah. Let's go for another sip. It's got a good body to it. It's kind of slightly heavier than medium. Silky smooth in the mouth. Carbonation is quite high, but the flavours are spot on for a Toblerone. Big chocolate. It's slightly more bitter than your average Toblerone. But that praline type thing, the almonds, the slight caramel edge, the nougat, it all comes through. It is like drinking a liquidized, boozy version of a Toblerone. There's no other way of putting it. However, the roasted malts are there. They're big, they're bold, they're in your face. The 5 out of 5 rating for the maltiness is spot on, and it benefits really well. It's a good stout. It deserves to have a big malt profile. The chocolate is clearly there. The nougat is clearly there. The vanilla comes through. And they talk about a fruitiness. There are some kind of berry notes just hiding in the background, and they work. They work really well. Ever so slightly bitter on the back end, and the back end is roasty, moorish, a little bit of coffee coming through, but mostly it's, like I say, chocolate, the nougat, maybe a little bit of almond, that nuttiness that you get on the aroma. That is really quite nice. And you don't really taste the 6.6% either. Not at all. So, Nougat, a Friend in Me from Brew York and Gwei-lo. I really should drink more Brew York stuff. They get Lots and lots of good beers sort of mentioned all over the place. Just don't see many of them around here. So let's give it some points, shall we? But before we tell my points, the aid memoir of Untapped says there have been about 2,600 check-ins and a pretty decent score of 3.72 on average. I think it's a little bit higher than that. And we shall add it into my currently completely empty scoreboard of joy, because to fit the name in that little box, it ain't going to happen, let's be honest. Let's put the initials. Nougat, a friend, Naffim. There we go, Naffim. I'm going to call it Naffim from here on in. Let's give it some points, shall we? So the looks. Let's just top it off a little bit more, just so we can revisit that head. The beer itself is a lovely, dark, jet black beer. It does what it should. It looks great. There's a little bit of a head, just to appreciate it up close. There you go, up close and personal. There it is. It's a great looking beer, let's be honest. It does everything that a good stout should. It gets a full point from me. The aroma, I like. Big chocolate, big vanilla. That nuttiness comes through. That the whole thing just reminds you of exactly what it's intended to be. And that is a stout version of a Toblerone. It's strong enough, it's decent, it's got everything I want, it's got a full point. The body, I would love to see thicker. I would. Imagine this in an imperial form with everything just kind of coating mouth, being almost on the verge of cloying. That would be, excuse me, perfect. This, though, it's still pretty decent, but it's a 0.75. Could do with just a bit more body to it. The taste, though, I cannot fault in the slightest. Big chocolate, big vanilla, that little nutty edge, and obviously the roasted malts are just superb. It gets a full point. And the finish. It's bitter, it's roasty, it's chocolate, it's sweet, it's nutty, it's everything that I love in a stout and a little bit more. You know, it goes on for a while as well. I can still taste that whole Toblerone experience in my mouth right now. It's getting a point. Which means that Naffim, Nougat friend in me, it's got 4.75 out of 5 on my Untapped scoreboard of joy. It's a damn good beer. And I'm very grateful for the wife for picking it up for me in Morrison's, I believe it was. Or was it? No, Sainsbury's. Sorry, Sainsbury's in Stoke. Yeah, don't know what she paid for it. It's worth. I'd happily pay £4 for it, something like that. It's good beer, good price. So yeah. Anyway, I'm waffling, and I'm going to say that's been the beer. I've been Nick. Down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.